Welcome to the regular meeting of the Mayor Council, and notice was given as follows. Notice was filed January 9, 2025 with the record and New York Star Ledger, both official newspapers of the borough. Notice was posted on the bulletin board, at the Borough Hall, and Borough website. Copy is preserved in the clerk's office. A pledge of allegiance and moment of silence brought to you by Council John Min.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Mayor King,
Here.
Council Kim,
Here.
Council Lee,
Here.
Council Min,
Here.
Council Shin,
Here.
Council Beatry,
Here.
Council Wanya, for attorney,
Here.
for administrator.
Thank you very much. Let's move forward with the adoption of minutes.
Adoption of a mini work session of the Mayor Council, April 21, 2025. Executive session of the Mayor Council, April 21st, 2025. Regular meeting of the Mayor Council, April 28, 2025.
Thank you. Council members, any questions or concerns concerning the pre-adoption of minutes?
I just want to thank you for all the hard work, that's a lot of dedication.
Who are you talking to? Who's you?
Clark.
Me?
Clark.
No, the borough, all right, of course, of course. We all thank her for the initiative. Thank you. May I have a motion?
Make a motion?
Second?
Roll call?
Council Kim,
Yes.
Council Lee,
Yes.
Council Min,
Yes.
Council Shin,
Yes.
Council Beatry,
Yes.
Council Wanya.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Let's go with our second reading of the ordinance.
Second reading hearing ordinance 2025-13, bond ordinance for authorization for various road improvements.
Council members, questions or concerns about bond ordinance 2025-13? May I have a motion to pass? I'm sorry. May I have a motion to close and open to the public?
I'll make a motion.
May I have a second?
Second?
All in favor? Public, you have 3 minutes to discuss only about bond ordinance 2025-13. Going once, going twice, sold. May I have a motion to close to the public and open back to our regular session?
Motion?
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
She got it way ahead. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Good. May I have a motion to pass bond ordinance 2025-13?
I'll make a motion to pass ordinance 2025-13.
May I have a second? Roll call?
Council Kim,
Yes.
Council Lee,
Yes.
Council Min,
Yes.
Council Shin,
Yes.
Council Beatry,
Yes.
Council Wanya.
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-13, bond ordinance for authorization for various road improvements was approved for final adoption by the Mayor Council of the Borough of Palisades Park at a regular meeting held on May 27, 2025. A copy of the ordinance will be posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Hall and will be available at the office of the Borough Clerk.
Thank you. Let's move to the next second reading.
The second reading ordinance 2025-14, ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and establish a cap bank.
Thank you. Council members, any questions on ordinance 2025-14? Great. May I have a motion to close and open to the public?
Motion?
First and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Public, you have 3 minutes to discuss about ordinance 2025-14. Going once, going twice, 3 times. May I have a motion to close and open back to our regular session?
Make
First and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Now, may I have a motion to pass ordinance 2025-14?
Motion.
First by Council Kim. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Council Kim, Council Lee,
Yes.
Council Min,
Yes.
Council Shin,
Yes.
Council Beatry,
Yes.
Council Wanye?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-14, ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limit and to establish a tap bank was approved for the final adoption by the mayor council of the Borough of Palisades Park at a regular meeting held on May 27, 2025. A copy of the ordinance will be posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Hall and will be available at the office of the Borough Hall.
Okay, good, thank you. Let's go with the second reading ordinance, 2025-15.
Second reading ordinance 2025-15, establishment of the salary for year 2025.
Council members, questions about establishment of salaries for 2025? Right, may I have a motion to close and open to the public? Thank you, Kim. And there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, all in favor? Aye. Great. Public, you have 3 minutes to talk about ordinance 2025-15. May I have a motion to close the public and go back to our regular session? Kim, may I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Now may I have a motion to pass our second reading ordinance 2025-15, establishment of salaries for year 2025, please.
Mayor, before
Yes.
we move on, right?
Yes.
Simple change.
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-15, right? The ordinance that we're just
Yes.
going over, right? The mayor and council, the base salary range has to be lower.
Doesn't really matter, yeah, but, we're not getting, okay, so I thought this was already here on our, in our work session. I thought this was something that,
Yeah, just simple stipulation.
stipulation, what would you like to add?
To
9,000.
9,000.
Okay, so you're saying the council,
9,000 to 20,
9,000 to, oh, I see.
and
You're
the
right.
mayor 13 to 30.
That's a problem.
It's not a, it's more than just a minor.
Yeah, this is a major,
You have to start over first reading.
it's a second reading. We already did our first reading. Is there a specific reason why you wanna lower it?
If you look at the resolution of salary, it's much lower than this,
160.
Now-
which you are fine.
Right, so how much was it before? The lowest was what? 6,000, 7,000, I remember?
9,000.
So, no, the previous one, last year, range,
Yeah, that's 9,000.
9,000.
Yeah, it wasn't, never once 13,000. If I remember correctly.
You're right.
We have the CFO, we can.
Oh, no, it's not the CFO, it's just, I understand what this is. We do have a problem here, because we all agreed that it would be 9,000, I do remember. There is no reason to raise this, yeah, there's no reason to raise it, because the governing body decided not to go with it.
And mayor's one too.
Yeah, me too, all of
It's a
us, so,
15,000 now.
so, yeah, it should be the previous one, which was what, how much?
10,000.
10,000. Counselor, could you find some legal remedy at our second reading right now? We should have done this in our first reading.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's more than just a semantic minor change, so this will have to be reintroduced for first reading.
Would this
With the
be,
new salary.
would this affect our passing of our budget?
That you'd have to ask the CFO.
CFO, is there, please come up, Roy. Is there any way to remedy this? Cause it's true that the governing body do not want to, change the base salary. But, do we need resolution ordinance 2025-15 to pass the budget?
Oh, I see the minimum. And not to exceed 20 is fine. I'm all right with it.
Just take out the base.
Yeah, not to exceed is fine.
Not to exceed.
Yep.
So it's okay, the base is what? 9,000. And for the
But that
mayor,
will be on the resolution.
right,
The resolution is what you're gonna be paying.
Oh, this is based on the resolution, okay. then
This
that's-
is nothing more than a range, but it's still.
And the concept is not to exceed, that's the concept, is you don't.
I see.
But
This is fine.
So this doesn't mean that we have to get an increase in our stipend.
No, you don't have to get.
You won't have to vote on
That's
that.
good.
It's the resolution will dictate the exact dollar.
What does the resolution say?
That's a no.
Right.
Good, good. Thank you very much for that confirmation. Gentlemen, thank you for saving that. Appreciate it. Good. I'm glad the officials are here today for the budget. So,
Mayor, I have a question.
yes, go ahead.
In ordinance, it shows,
I'm
like
sorry,
the
could you say that again? Ordinance
Okay, in
what?
ordinance 15,
Mhm.
okay, it says section 6, the salary shall commence as of January 1st, 2025, right? So,
Section 6?
yes.
Yep.
So, actually, this salary will be effective from,
We'll get the retro from 2025, however, the two financial officers, the top guys said that it's okay. We could keep it, we could change this right now to 9,000 to originally, and me, it was 10,000.
no, I mean, not only the
Yes, retro.
complement, all these.
This is all retro, yeah. But we haven't changed, we're not changing anything, so it doesn't really matter. It always comes out this way, because we get this passed around May. So when this comes out, it always comes out retro. Yeah, but it just means that, we're starting the salary range from January 1st. But we always do that on May, because we have to go through the budget with this together. This first, and then the budget.
So it's, okay.
You were okay.
Yeah, but this one,
Council? Yeah.
Right.
Not to exceed.
So how do we change?
We just listened, I hope you listened. The CFO and the auditor said it's okay, the councilman, Counselor Scorbel said it's okay. We would like to, if a council member would start, make a motion.
What does the ordinance will say now?
Okay, we're gonna get into that, go ahead.
So,
You speak a little louder, please?
Yes.
So we got the air conditioning.
So could I get a motion on ordinance 2025-15? The title position of mayor and council, 6 councils, their base salary will be not to exceed 30,000 for mayor and 20,000 for the council. We're gonna cross out the minimum of base salary.
So, yes, could you say that again, Counselor?
So,
Could you say it again what he just said? Reiterate what he just said.
oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
No, because he said it.
Okay, so there's a motion to approve the ordinance as amended, that the base salary for the mayor and the 6th council, instead of a designation of an amount for a base, a minimum, it'll now read not to exceed, and then for the mayor, 30,000, and for all council, 20,000.
Is that okay, Councilman? Is that,
That's fine, that's fine, that's the minimus change.
so the amended motion is made.
we need a second.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Council Kim? Council Lee?
Yes.
Council
That
Min?
works.
Yeah.
It does work.
Council Shin?
Yes.
Council Petrie?
Playing with words, but it does work.
Council Petrie?
Yes.
Council Vanya?
Yes.
Okay, amended ordinance 2025-15, establishment of salary for year 2025 was approved for the final adoption by the mayor council of the borough of Palisades Park at a regular meeting held on May 27, 2025. A copy of the ordinance will be posted on the bulletin board in the borough hall and will be available at the office of the borough clerk.
Thank you. Let's go forward with our introduction of ordinance.
Introduction of ordinance 2025, this is 16. Amending of creating chapter 141 entitled felony and the photography.
Council members, question about amending and creating chapter 141, filming and photography. We've been working on this. All right, if there's no more questions, I guess we can move forward. Let's move to the second one. What? No, we don't have to.
for first.
That's the first one. Oh, we have to vote.
Oh, you have to vote.
Yeah, we do have to
No.
vote the introduction of passing. All right, if there's no questions, we have a motion to pass the introduction of ordinance 2025-16, filming and photography.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, may I have a second?
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you, Shin, roll call?
Council Kim,
Yes.
Council Lee,
Yes.
Council Min,
Yes.
Council Shin,
Yes.
Council Petrie,
Yes.
Council Wanya.
Yes.
Introduction of ordinance 2025-16, amending of creating chapter 141 entitled felony and the photography was introduced, passed on the first reading at a regular meeting of the Mayor Council held on May 27, 2025, and order published in accordance with the law. Said ordinance will be considered for a first reading and adoption at a meeting held on June 23, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the council chamber, which time all person interested may appear or against the passage of the said ordinance. A copy of ordinance will be posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Hall and will be available at the office of the Borough Clerk.
Thank you. Let's move with the other one.
Introduction of ordinance 2025, this is 17, bond ordinance for authorization for various capital improvements.
Council members, questions, concerns? As we all review, this is about the work that we have to do. The BBW.
The two roads,
Speak a little louder, please.
the two roads, and also improvements to borough-owned buildings.
Roberta did, list what was included in our work session. Any questions? Great. We have a motion to pass ordinance 2025-17, first reading.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Roll call?
Council Kim,
Yes.
Council Lee,
Yes.
Council Min,
Yes.
Council Shin,
Yes.
Council Petrie,
Yes.
Council Wanya.
Yes.
Ordinance 2025, this is 17, bond ordinance for authorization for various capital improvement was introduced and passed on the first reading at a regular meeting of the Mayor Council held on May 27, 2025, and order published in accordance with the law. Said ordinance will be considered for the first reading and adoption at a meeting held on June 23, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the council chamber, at which time a person interested may appear or against the passage of the said ordinance. Copy of the ordinance will be posted on the bulletin board in the Borough Hall and will be available at the office of the Borough Clerk.
Thank you. Let's go with ordinance 2025-18, introduction.
Introduction of ordinance 2025, this is 18, adopting redevelopment plan for 21 Grand Avenue.
Councilor, would you give us a little summary of what's going on here?
Yeah, for both, well, let's talk about ordinance 2025-18. This is part of and pursuant to one of our settlement agreements with one of the plaintiffs in the builder remedy lawsuits. So this is the one of the things that we are doing in furtherance of that settlement agreement.
Pretty much the governing council members or the mayor don't really have much to say about this, you know, this is a procedure that we have to adhere to, correct?
It's more procedural, correct?
Yes,
This is done through the courts of making us do this?
Well, the settlement, the courts have been overseeing the settlement agreements that we've reached.
Okay.
And the settlement agreement, which was approved by the court, did have a provision that required us to pursue the, adoption of a redevelopment plan from the
Okay.
planning board. So we previously directed the planning board to investigate the necessity, and whether or not to designate this property within an area of redevelopment. The planning board did do so, and now this is basically our stamp of approval on the plan that the planning board looked into and approved for us.
Through the courts.
Through the
well,
court.
courts
Through the
approved,
courts. So
yeah,
the courts are telling us we're doing this.
correct.
Good.
Okay.
I have a question. On page 14 of the plan itself,
Mm-hmm,
it actually talks about infrastructure and public improvement.
mm-hmm.
One of the concerns that we had about this redevelopment, understand it's a court, order, but however, really, how do we actually, accommodate all these people, right, once they occupy? Especially this is 21 Grand Avenue. Grand Avenue has a big traffic, right? Also, it has a sewer problem. And so when rain comes, and I know DPW folks and police officers, they're working very hard. So I guess if this is a section that they try to come up with some kind of plan, I guess, so that we have a better, they can actually help to reduce the potential, traffic, right, and sewer. And so is it possible you could a little bit explain further how this can be, they can comply to this?
How they can comply with.
Comply to such.
Okay,
For
so,
example,
yeah, I got it, let me just finish
can I
that.
just finish it?
Yeah, go ahead, give me an example.
Okay, so it says Transportation Development District, and it also says the Department of Transportation, desirable, typical sections, BTS, right, and so on. And also it says water and sewer infrastructure, and who is overseeing? This is like NJDP, best management practices. I guess there is some guideline that, kind of, that this developer has to follow, am I right?
I don't know about a timeline, but in
No,
terms of
no,
your
no.
specific
Guideline,
question
bless you,
about the
guideline.
DPS, yes, this provision in this plan would require a road widening of Grand Avenue.
Okay, is that mean the state is gonna inspect in the middle or?
As part of that process, yes, it is, I understand it's either a state road or. a
DOT, for example, will examine the, traffic.
Yeah, so. Right, there are certain procedures that are in place, and it does involve oversight by the owner of the road, whether it's the state or the county.
But how
Yeah,
about the sewage?
The application has to be made.
How about the floods? Right now, we already have floods in Grand Avenue.
Yeah, these are all things that are gonna be part
of the-
considered, and the details will be worked out in the process. This is
And
just
our,
a very.
and our representative will definitely, declare that we have concerns with flooding in Grand Avenue.
Oh, of course.
Okay, who are our representatives?
Our engineer, our traffic, engineer,
Allison
and our
Hobbs.
borough engineer.
Okay, and also it says something like improvement may be funded through list of sources, and one of the sources is a municipal capital budget. I hope we don't have to spend the money on that.
Well, there may be funds that have to be spent to get this done, yes.
Remember
I mean,
this.
that has to be
Please.
funded by the developer.
No, but see, right now, you're kinda getting confused. You're part of the governance committee, we know why we're in this situation. We were caught with Builder's Remedy, a lawsuit that took our rights, our ordinance away from the planning and the zoning board, threw out the window. We're in the process of trying to get our rights back because the former administration didn't take care of this. We took the grunt work of it, we're fixing that, should have been resolved a long time ago. After this procedure, our goal is to make sure that we get our rights back, so we could control our own destiny in the future. Right now, this is a business remedy we have to sell.
Yeah, I understand.
Go
I
ahead.
have one more concern, okay? Well, I don't see here, I don't see any the mentioning about the school effect. The demographic, the projection says in New Jersey, okay, one addition of one apartment, it creates 0.3 to 0.4 students.
I
So
see.
if you add like the 670 units, there will be about 240 students more in the school at the
Absolutely.
completion of this, which
These
is
are
about 15 to 20% increase of the students in
That is a
school.
lot.
So
If you
we
think
have-
that way,
it's
that is
very
a
serious
calculation.
concern, but there's no mention about this, so we have to think about that too.
Go ahead.
Unfortunately, the court does not get involved in that.
Yeah.
And in all the lawsuits, we're all aware of the fact that there are going to be more students. They could say they're not going to be, it's going to be this kind of couple, that kind of couple. The courts don't care.
Because we're in builder remedy, we broke the law. Now, if, the court will not accept our legal, concern from our attorney saying that, hey, we're gonna have this much influx of students. The court will say it's dismissed, we can't accept that, that's none of our business. Because, again, our former administration did not follow through after 15, 16 years of preparation. That's the problem. We have a lawsuit that we have to settle. It's very unfortunate,
Yeah, but eventually there will be a disaster coming to our
but we have no
town, and we have
choice.
to find some
Right,
way.
but we are finding some way, Council Shin. You should know what we're doing inside, which we cannot discuss about. We're trying to make sure whatever power that we have as a governing body and whatever we could have as resource to make sure that for after this builder remedy is done, that we reduce from fourth round. The fourth round is now active. Okay, so, yeah.
If anybody else has any questions about this, I would suggest that they would move to.
An executive session.
Executive session, we can get into more.
We could talk about it if you wanna talk about it more in executive session. Anybody wanna have a motion?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good. May I have a second on the executive? That means, we're gonna have to stop and go inside, which is perfectly fine. Is there a second to an executive meeting to discuss this further? Because right now, we gotta be careful, there's certain things that we shouldn't talk in public. Can I have a second? Okay, fine. It's been denied. So, can we, go ahead with this? Is there any more questions? All right, good. May I have a motion to pass ordinance 2025-18, introduction? I know, it's a hard pill to swallow. It is, council members, I totally understand you guys, but pretty much we have no choice. If we don't do this, we're gonna lose our rights. In the future, they're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna buy 3 properties in the middle of a resident area. You're not complying with the Affordable Housing Act in the state of New Jersey. I'm gonna buy 3 homes. I'm gonna build 50 units, 70 units in a residential area, and there's nothing to do about it. We do not wanna make this, this happen ever again. The new administration and new council members, I hope you guys understand that it's the past, but the past is haunting us. We wanna make it right, so we're going through this procedure so we won't be in this situation ever again. May I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Thank you very much. I know it's very difficult. I know it's very unfair, even for me. I found out 2 years after I became the mayor. When I was a council member, I never heard about it. I don't remember any council members or the mayor talking about this. May I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call.
Council Kim? Council Lee?
Yes.
Council Min?
Yes.
Council Shin?
Yes.
Council Vitri?
I'm abstaining because there's too many open, scenes in there that nobody wants to go into the executive session and talk. So I abstain.
Council Vanya?
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance 2025-18, adopting redevelopment plan for 21 Grand Avenue was introduced and passed on the first reading at a regular meeting of the Mayor Council held on May 27, 2025. and order published in accordance with the law. Said ordinance will be considered for first reading and adoption at a meeting held on June 23rd, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the council chamber, at which time all persons interested may appear for or against the passage of the said ordinance. A copy of the ordinance will be posted on the bulletin board in the borough hall and will be available at the office of the borough clerk.
Thank you very much, council members. All right, let's go with the ordinance 2025-19 introduction.
Introduction of ordinance 2025-19 adopting redevelopment plan for 15 Grand Avenue.
This is the same exact thing as ordinance 2025-18, but for a different property, also on Grand Avenue. This is for 15 Grand Avenue.
Any questions about ordinance 2025-19? Same situation, except this is 15 Grand Avenue.
I have a question.
Yes, Klaus.
Does this mean you were saying, if I understood right, they're going to widen Grand Avenue?
Well, we will, but it requires taking some of the frontage from their property.
Will take quite a few
Right.
frontage. I mean, you got houses all around there. They're gonna,
It's not
It's
houses,
gonna
it's
cost
a
the-
building.
not houses, where is it just on the
They're-
one side you're gonna take it?
They're gonna put it inside their property. You know where the fitness factory is and all that kind of place? That's where they're gonna have to put it in.
Okay, I understand that, but all that traffic that's gonna be in there.
Absolutely, that's
You're
why.
gonna have to come up with a traffic area.
Yes.
Have the police department
Not
done
police
any
department.
surveys?
It will be Hal Simoff, our traffic engineer, and he's definitely involved in this right now. He's actually the one that recommended that.
All I see is a big headache with this.
We have no choice, ladies and gentlemen.
It's always a choice.
Yes, you could all say no and lose our rights, and again, a schmo joke could come and say you're not following the law. I'm gonna buy 4 homes and I'm gonna raise it to 10 floors, 15 floors with 60 units on a small street, and we have nothing to say. You wanna continue that? Please say no.
So, I guess, okay, I'm the new councilman, okay, so I guess I'm in front of like 22,000 residents in front of them, okay? So I wanna explain the situation, so there is no other ways, okay, but to accept this at this time, because of some stupid things happened before, right?
Scott,
Correct.
attorney,
Pretty much. That's what.
we just wanna make sure that this doesn't happen in the future, because we still got round 4. We have to settle with round 3, get our rights back, so we could dictate our own future in round 4. That's what we're going for. We need to get we did get our rights back, didn't we, in our ordinances, right? The judge allowed us to use our ordinance, right?
What we implemented,
New ordinances that comply with what the judge wanted. So we got that, we got it. Judge said you could use your ordinance, but it's gotta be amended, we amended that. Now we gotta settle with round 3. In round 4, it's up to us to make sure that we reduce the impact and imprint of the influx of residents coming in. I fully agree with you guys, that's my #1 concern as much as you, but let's get this over first, because if you don't get this passed, we can't do round 4, we're in trouble right now. Because round 4, we're not complying, and again, a person with all the money could buy, 200 square feet, 50 by 100, 2 of them, and say, I'm gonna build an apartment anywhere I want, because you have no choice. So please, I know it's really tough, so am I.
Yeah, I'll vote, okay, I'll vote.
Second.
Okay? But, okay, in the meantime, okay, when the audience participate in time.
Yes.
If there is anybody who have some better idea or the ideas than this, okay, please present it to the councilman too, okay? I'd like to hear.
Yes.
The audience opinion too.
Yeah, we'll have that in the second reading,
Yeah, then I'll make a motion.
thank you. That was the first. May I have a second? Wait, John, Councilman, you wanna say something before we do the motion?
Yes, for ordinance -19,
Mhm.
page 14, affordable housing requirement, right?
Mhm.
For this side, total obligation of the, affordable housing unit is 102, but if you go back number 18.
Dash number
affordable-
18?
Yeah, affordable housing.
What page is that?
Number 14,
We're at page 14,
yeah.
and I see 102 for affordable housing units.
Are we specifying the, site, or that number comes out from the, specific site, or are we talking about general
It
requirements?
says
of the
this
site?
site,
How
it's site
come,
specific.
how come that's 18, the previous ordinance is the same affordable housing number?
Oh, these were, okay, when the redevelopment, when we adopted a resolution sending this to the planning board considered these two properties together. So we've now segregated the two properties for purposes of the ordinance. But they're both within the same, what we're gonna consider the same redevelopment.
So the site as a whole? we're
Yeah,
talking
these
about.
two properties as a whole is a redevelopment area, but each property is being approved separately.
Because they're different builder revenues.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe, if I remember correctly, the settlement of this one, 15 Grand Avenue, it's much lower than 102.
All right, guys, if you guys wanna, I think because we're going to a little more deeper into the process where we shouldn't talk this in public. The attorney recommended that we should go to executive meeting. I say we should go to the executive meeting, I need a motion. May I have a motion?
I made a motion before and you
I know,
denied
but
it.
this is a different one.
Now, let me change it.
I didn't deny it, you
Yes,
didn't
you
get the
did.
second.
You didn't vote
You
on it.
didn't get a second, so
Oh,
please
now
don't
we're
make
gonna
it
get a
personal.
Yeah,
second?
I'll second.
There you go, now you got it.
You will.
May I have a motion, you got a second. This is a roll call, right?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Can I make one stipulation of that request? Can we go into the executive session at the end of the, discussion, consent? And so they don't have to wait and we could come back out and, redo the,
I like that, council. Then, let's have right now, we have a second on the executive. There's a stipulation on the floor. It says that we should do the executive meeting after we're done with all of our agendas.
make a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Alright.
Thank you, let's move forward.
Of consent agenda resolution 2025-152.
No, you can't do that right now. This is actually, we're going to the executive, so you gotta do this
No,
No, at the end.
at the end, okay, good. Okay,
of consent agenda resolution 2025-154, amendment of 2025 municipal budget.
who is our, Roy, our auditor, please come up. Thank you for your patience. Amendment.
Adoption.
This is the amendment right now. Any question about the amendment? Remember, we have to do one more month because it got delayed. No, this is for something else. You guys are here for, 155.
The state recommended.
Yeah, but it's not, is it what, at 154 or 155? You guys be coming in for the adoption of 2025 budget, municipal budget, correct? Not the amendment of 2025 municipal budget. Okay, then go ahead. You have the floor.
So the state reviewed the budget. They had recommendations. Our RMA, Paul, myself, we went through, we made those adjustments. So protocol is you're gonna do the amendment that the state required us to do. And then you're gonna move forward with the hearing, and then final adoption.
Yeah, so, what Roy just said is that, the agenda will be, we have the hearing on the introduced budget, as introduced. We now have, the budget amendment, which we'll, discuss and bring up. And then that will be voted on. And then we'll have a hearing on the amended budget. And then we'll have a vote on the full budget. Okay? So, any questions on the introduced budget as would be answered first?
So you're saying that right now we should discuss about the amendment? Or do you wanna discuss together right now?
You have to have the hearing. Tonight is the hearing as
For
required.
154, right?
For
The
what was
amendment.
introduced, correct,
And also the adoption, right?
correct.
Okay,
Which would be after the amendment.
okay.
And the state has approved the amendment, which allows you to both introduce it and adopt it on the same evening.
And we're doing ordinance,
No ordinance, it's all resolution.
resolution after that, okay. Got it. Any questions, council?
So I,
Please, Trustee Juan, you talk to me, say that I have a,
So-
yeah,
so.
you have a question, go ahead.
I have a question, regarding the tax increase. So in terms of the tax increase, we are still go for the $335 for house,
Yes.
medium house.
The amendment, had no impact on the tax increase.
Yes, Council Richard.
Does this include just for Palisade Park? Does it include the school budget, the county budget?
No, this would be just the municipal portion and the library tax,
And how much is that?
335.
335. Do we have an approximate amount on county tax and school tax?
Sure.
Great.
I actually have the county at $95. I actually did this, as in, do you have the 2-year comparison? I actually have the 3-year. Okay. The county taxes are 49. The
County's
local-
49 instead of 95?
Yeah, the 95 was, over a 2-year period.
This for county or school?
County is 95 over a 2-year period, over last year 49.
Last year was 49.
So 51 for this year then?
Right.
What about the school?
The school, based upon the difference between this year and last year, was $141. And over 2 years, it was $260,
So right now it's 260.
So what-
over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
What will the tax go up then, with all of those figures that you just put in?
What's the average per household?
$545, including the library. So library, local, school, county open space, and county.
Roy, would you please kindly explain why there's a jump in the cost of taxes?
Yes. The major impact was the increase. Health benefits is up 430,000. Other insurance is 130. The utility authority, Bergen County is 132,000. Because your assessed value went up, the library is up $150,000. Your normal salary and wages is up $186,000. The debt is up $84,000. You add it all up, that's your increase this year.
Yeah, the one thing I'd like to point out is, again, the reason why we were showing year after year increases, and then I also wanted to show a 2-year increase, is the municipal rate over the 2-year budgets, not just 25, but from 23 to 24 and 25, is $263.36, the increase, over a 2-year period.
That's right.
So, the 1-year period, agreed, you know, it's a higher number,
Mhm.
but I wanted to give it some context and show it over a 2-year period.
Mhm. And this is a extraordinary case where everything just shot up.
Actually, it's not just Palisades Park, it's the state health benefit plan. The increase in the state health benefit plan is, been going up in the high 20% per year. There are municipalities throughout the state, I'm on a statewide chat. Municipalities are contemplating pulling out of the state health benefit plan.
I think we discussed it with the CFO.
You
Charles, yeah, if you could even,
It's still, in progress, it's a work in progress. I'd like to see more municipalities, go ahead with it and see what that reaction is.
it seems like it's kind of like they're grouping together municipalities with equal grading, I guess. They come together, they create their own private.
The joint, a joint meeting, which it would be called if you did, or shared services, I haven't seen yet. I do have a client that does private insurance, and they do that through an extraordinary policy, and then the balance is self-insured. There's also statutes in New Jersey law allowing some municipalities to potentially bond the seed money if you decide to go self-insured. Because you don't wanna go self-insured and then the first year you go self-insured, you get hit with a lot of extraordinary expenses and kinda defeats the whole purpose. So again, it's happening as we speak throughout the state. This is not the only place it's happening. And we'll see where it goes.
Do you know, this is all, more like New Jersey, because we live in New Jersey as opposed to New York?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think everyone, if you own your own business or you know someone who owns their own business, we've all been doing this as business owners, been dealing with this for years, the increase in health insurance. The numbers are just staggering what a family pays for health insurance.
Unfortunately, we live in the time that all this, all this benefit cost is really increasing so much.
It's actually making us think, should we be on this, right? Like in White Plains, I know that the benefits reduced, so my wife has a coverage, health insurance coverage. It went up a little bit, but then we lost a lot of benefits. Now I have to pay $100 for a primary. No, $50 for a primary, specialty is $100 per visit. It's horrible, it's horrible. Any questions, council members? All right. May I have a motion then? Resolution 2025-1154. There's a motion here from Council Kim. May I have a second?
Are we doing 154 or
155. Four, sorry.
I'll second.
Second, thank you. Roll call?
Council Kim? Council Lee?
Yes.
Council Min?
Yes.
Council Shin?
Yes.
Council Vitry?
Yes.
Council Banyo?
Yes.
Let's go to the next consent resolution.
Resolution 2025-155, adoption of 2025 municipal budget.
Here. This is a budget hearing,
Open to the public.
and this is open to the public. Don't you think that should be an ordinance then? It's always, just for this,
Budget is always.
even though it's on consent, we give it to the public, got it.
It's open to the public.
Okay, hold on a second. Any questions about adoption of 2025 municipal budget? This is a hearing.
I make a motion for
Right. May I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Please go ahead.
Mary Topola for Portland Avenue. So I would like to know, so that mean it's gonna start like this coming year, like one house is gonna go out of the tax?
Yes, so when you get your tax bill in August, The increase will be from January first through December 31st. So the last 2 quarters will be the increase.
And it'll be like, you said 500?
$530-something.
On the average house.
Average. The assessment.
So, okay. And how much you say will be for those food tax? 141, I believe?
Yes,
For the school
141.
tax. And for those tax you mentioned?
And then the local is 335, the library is 18, and the county is 51.
All right, thank you.
Any more questions from the public? All right, may I have a motion to close the public and come back to the regular?
I make a motion.
Thank you, may I have a second? All in favor? Great. If there's any more further questions about resolution 2025-155, adoption of 2025 municipal budget? May I have a motion to pass resolution?
I make a motion.
May I have a second? Sounds like an ice cream truck. You're getting me hungry. May I have a second? Okay, roll call.
Council Kim? Council Lee?
Yes.
Council Min?
Yes.
Council Shin?
Yes.
Council Vitri?
Yes.
Council Wong?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's go with the next resolution of consent.
Of consent
You guys are
resolution.
good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your hard work.
I have a question for Roy later on.
You want to ask him right now? It's okay. Go for it.
No, we're not, we didn't get to,
Okay, what resolution do you want to ask questions?
about about 178.
178.
About hiring a new financial officer.
Whoa, okay, so you gotta have to wait.
That's what I said.
Roy, could you wait? I got you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Auditor. Go ahead.
Of consent agenda resolution 2025-181, awarding water meter repair contract for municipal hall.
Roberta, would you like to explain this? 181.
Yes, unfortunately.
A little loud, please.
Okay. Unfortunately.
Push that mic,
I'll
please.
just talk louder. Unfortunately, the water meter for the Palisades Park pool was in a pit 4 or 5 feet under the ground. For 10 years, Veolia has been asking us to raise that water meter above ground. Until this year, nothing had been done, and Veolia basically said, this is it, we're not gonna put a meter there, we will not have water. So we had to go out and get a price for raising the meter. And I mean, like I said, I went there, I couldn't believe that anybody would get into a rectangle smaller than this and go down and have to punch down in order to get to the meter. The OSHA laws are very strict about these confined spaces, and they would not allow anyone to go into the pit. We had to go out and get estimates for doing this. We had someone who said they were going to do it, and they finally came with a quote. It was way over the bid limit. They had originally told me it was going to be under that, and we tried to get some other prices. So we, this work was done. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having water at all for the pool. And in this case, there are only 2 quotes. There was somebody else that came up with a quote for this.
Thank you. This is, I believe, part of the unexpected issue that we had with the pipe breaking, correct?
Yes.
So, the borough administrator called Lanza, and they were very kind to be providing us expeditious service on Friday, remember? He went there Friday night and he started working on it, and good thing that he fixed it with welding.
Well, it will be.
It will be, right.
But there's a flange on it, and
Landscape Plumbing works with the water company on major projects. We work very well together. Thursday and Friday, the water company is there almost the whole day with our people. And from what I understand, there's a flange involved that Landscape put in. We only asked them to take it out, and they liked the way it was placed. And when the water went on, it flowed for 5 to 10 minutes, and then it exploded. And the water was all over the place.
Like a geyser.
Like a geyser,
Yeah.
at least 30, 40 feet in the air. It was put back together. Our welder, who just fixed some other things at the town pool, was able to order the flanges, he's putting them back on. Veolia may or may not do it before Thursday, that's the only issue.
We're trying our best. That was unexpected.
We called everybody that we could call the favor from, and if it's not done right, I mean, they were very agreeable, because on Friday before, there was a lot of hysteria. They were gonna take the meter off that they had just put in, but they agreed to leave it on. So that would have been another whole thing, and, started out being a very nice day, because they said that they weren't gonna charge us the deposit for doing this because of everything, and we didn't have to pay for the water. And then this other thing happened, so it kind of took away the happy part of not paying for that.
Got it.
So it should be finished this week.
Thank you for that, appreciate it. Council members, any question about resolution 181?
I have a question. Oh,
No, you go first, Christine, you.
Okay, so, having said that, I mean, thanks for that information. I mean, I never expect the water meter is somewhere, outside of our property. But anyway, I'm glad that, worked out. So, when, you said by the end of this week, it'll all fixed?
As of this morning, I was told at 7:45 that we would have water today. Later this afternoon, when I didn't hear from him, I called him back, and he said there was a small issue, and Veolia would not come back until Thursday to put the water, do the water meter operation again. So I reached out to a friend to ask him if he could do something to get it done before. I did not hear back from him. The point is, if the water's on Thursday, we'll open.
Okay.
It's not gonna be perfect, but we're gonna open.
Okay, so
Again, unless,
opening swimming pool really depends on this fixing,
it's getting the water into the pool.
Council Beecher?
The pool, you're saying water going into the pool, is this including all three, pools?
I'm sorry?
Is this
All
gonna,
3 pools.
all three
It
pools
will
are gonna be
be.
filled?
I don't know if they'll be filled for this week.
Well, no, I mean,
We have the water for
when it's
all.
all over and done.
Council Beecher is asking this. This line that has an issue, does that supposed to fill all 3 pools?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
that's,
it's the same line, it's just not in the ground anymore, it's above ground.
okay, I have another question. All the years that I've lived in town, well, I shouldn't say that, I lived there
I'm sorry?
long. All the years that the pool has been established, I can't remember any time that the pool was delayed opening on Memorial Day.
You're probably right.
And to me, I mean, I just can't comprehend that from January, and I know this has happened in the past, January they started whatever they had to do to get everything ready, pass ordinances or resolutions, I should say. And then they turn around, and then when the warmer months come, then they go after it and they start doing things. To me, I just don't understand. It's the first time, I can't understand, first time in Palisade Park for the pool district that's happened.
I'm
That's true.
sure, I agree with you, and it was certainly not our intention to have that happen.
Never said that it was our intention,
No, I know.
never said that.
Council Beecher, were you at the work session?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think Karen was here at the work session. She didn't even admit that this is the first time that she could ever remember. And we said, yeah, we understand monkeys do fall down from trees once in a blue moon. And hopefully I agree with you that this shouldn't happen. I think what Council Beecher is insinuating to the BA is that maybe you could work with the swimming pool for next year, that we start this earlier than around what it is around this time.
Absolutely.
No, we actually started late February, March, and unfortunately, I was counting on somebody, and then they just disappointed me. I had no
Well,
reason to think it wasn't gonna get done.
When we start in February, March, we're gonna make sure the pumps work, the water line works, all that kind of stuff beforehand.
If they don't work next year, they're never gonna work.
So it's not that
You shouldn't have to
early.
do anything to that pool after this year, because everything's
It should be okay,
outdated.
but it's the seed. So next time, we won't make the same mistake again. Thank you, Council Beechey. Any more questions? All right, may I have a motion to pass resolution 2025-181 off consent agenda? Got a motion from Kim. May I have a second?
Second.
Motion from Shin, roll call.
Council Kim? Council Lee?
Yes.
Council Min? Council Min? Council Shin?
Yes.
Council Beechey?
Yes.
Council Wanya?
Yes?
Thank you.